big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Hey, foreign cars, foreign seats with the foreign leather. Foreign number, put the card in the ATM in the sad era. Yeah, flex mode, this ain't Southwest, this a jet. I ain't gotta shut the cell off, cause the iPhone don't got a jet mode. Bad be pesto. If you wanna come, let's go. We ain't going nowhere special. I just wanna see Modesto. Hit your thought, I'ma catch those. Mexican, dummy pesos. Hit your sus, I'll replace those. Number save, no name though. We need more, tell them we need more. Putting numbers on the board, like them keep a score. Hey, 16 cars in my front yard. Hey, 30 on my wrist, while I point to God.
Big numbers, big numbers. 100 in the bag, that's a big number. Big numbers, big numbers. Whole team counted, that's a big number.
Yeah, wrist, man, check the wrist, man. Got him hot, ayy. Man, can't ball like this, man. Lord, past the pig skin, but he stretch a distance. I'm talking a few 100,000 yards, you just on your 5th grand. Run it up, 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 count it up. Ayy, 100s and 50s and 20s, no 5s and no singles, don't count on them. Ayy, she wanted like me cause her like she can't count on him. She tried to be nosy and hit up my ex, she like, girl, you can count on him.
With the beautiful Puget Sound just to our west, you get a look inside CenturyLink Field here in Seattle. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Miami Dolphins and the Seattle Seahawks. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
Ready up. 53's mine. Check. 53's mine. All right. Let's go, D. Let's go.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. Fights through and now a crease. And they work this well upfield across the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. First down, and they stick with Eckler. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Okay, ready?
So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 34. They'll set up to throw. Going up top. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense, when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
On 2nd down, Eckler. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave them with a 3rd down and 6 to go.
Well, I think that's what they're going to need to do here in the first half. You've got to take some pressure off of this young quarterback, and no better way to do it than to establish the running game early.
Oh, he was looking for Parker, but it's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. The Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Well, it was 3rd down. Defensively, they were just hoping to make a play and get off the field, get their offense on. Instead, they did one better. Pick it off, take it into the end zone.
Well, they did what you said. They got off the field.
They're going to have to come right back on.
They're going to come right back on, but happily, right? They put the ball in the end zone. That's the way you start a game. That's the way you set the tone.
McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Give them 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here is Eckler. And an alley to run. And this will be good for a pickup of 9 to the 46. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete. They tried to throw on 2nd down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. They end up getting stuffed twice after that 9-yard gain back on 1st down. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum change.
And he takes it into the end zone for the Dolphin touchdown. Austin Eckler, touchdown number 15 on the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 27. And he's going to be down at the 35, gain of 7.
Oh, man, that wasn't far from breaking in a big way into the secondary. Read option, quarterback kept it. And while he didn't get a first down, he did get a nice chunk of yardage. Only a nice tackle prevented it from maybe going all the way.
On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll get 2, maybe 3, up near the 37. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 46.
36 power. Good,
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He'll try and run it. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
They go play action here on first down. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. A give to Barkley out of the gun. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. 7-7, our score after 1. Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will have the first down at about the 21-yard line. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. 10 yards and a Seattle first down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback.
Here's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air. Because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
On second down, here's Barkley. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Extra point from McManus is good. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. 2nd and 10. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Back to throw. He sets to fire deep. And got his man complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, they'll throw. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. I think you mentioned in the opening drive that these guys needed to establish the run, protect the young QB. Actually wrote that down, believe it or not. So how would you assess things so far?
I'm kind of touched that you actually wrote something like that.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Jadeveon Clowney drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. And Bryant's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start...
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Nick Perry able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
14, got it.
On 2nd down now, Barkley. Now this will go for 5 up to the 33.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Saquon Barkley with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. McManus's point after is good, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded at the goal line. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He gets it into the arms of Parker, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway.
Tighten up. 49, hit it.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. Over the middle, it's complete. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half, as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. Now a throw left sideline here is complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
And he gets this down to the 18, good enough for a 1st down.
50, plant. You drop 2.
Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's a 2nd and 7. He'll get this to Eckler. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Mike Gesicki, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did. They didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first.
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Now Wilson. Flush to his right. Now a clash of bodies here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3?
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them.
Oh, wide open, complete. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. The second quarter starts off with a bang as they snag over 30 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. Raekwon McMillan coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. He'll take a shot for the end zone, and he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawk touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. Extra point from McManus is good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
He's going to loft one deep, and that's caught inside the 35. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. It's a gain of 34. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They're going to look to throw, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. He'll drop to throw. Looks for Parker, and it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
Escaping the pressure right. He'll get this out to Barkley complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Slam.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
380. 19. 2 right here. 52. It's going to be a long day.
They'll run it again with Barkley. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, it does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
X3. 218. Go.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got a man. Complete. And out across midfield down to the 45. A gain there of 30 big ones. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And a big return will get him all the way down to the 35. Parker unable to get that one. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Now a throw downfield is taken in by his running back. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. 25 yards that time.
They're running it. He's coming. We got
And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Making a hat trick for Russell Wilson. 3 touchdown passes now. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch. And he loves that. And he's going to carry that in at contract time.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And 3 interceptions in this game. And I would have to think, I wasn't a quarterback, but number 4 is kind of, oh, you're like, oh, man, I can't throw 4.
No, and what's interesting is, what do the coaches decide to do now? Having thrown 3, do you alter your offensive strategy? Do you take the ball out of his hands and maybe turn to the running game? Or do you have that supreme confidence that he's going to turn things around?
We'll see what they do. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10, right at the 40. They'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on. Would have been their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. Back to throw here. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
And now offensively, it's 3rd and 10. And I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now, the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything to warrant the flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. He'll look to throw. Flushed out right. This will be caught just inside the 10. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the pickup, and it's a 2nd down. 2nd and 6. Eluding the pressure right. Open man is Kroon, the tight end. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Back now in Seattle, Washington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. From 3 yards out. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead. Bryant's extra point up and good. And that will get them one closer. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
First and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Now Wilson on first down. And his throw's going to be incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that'll bring up 2nd down. That pass just a little bit off. It looked like maybe he tried to force it in there.
Game speed, always different, no matter what you do in practice. Can't simulate it, right? So your decision-making, everything has to be a little bit quicker. Sometimes it can throw you off until you adjust.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
Give him 3 on the keeper there, and it is 2nd down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. And that screen there on second down certainly didn't develop how they had hoped. Is that one they should have even tried, or is that one the quarterback sticks in his pocket?
I think the latter. I like what you said there, because trying is one thing. We can second-guess just about every call. But in this case, when you realize it is broken down, just throw it at the feet of your intended receiver so that no one can pick it off, right? You don't have the ball tipped up in the air, and you come back and try and pick up the first down on third down. That way you don't lose any yardage.
On fourth down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And the punt will kick out of bounds, and it'll be spotted inside the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
14 yards there on the pickup. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10 at the 40. And throwing here to start the drive as they connect left side. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. They'll look to throw here on first down. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down. Jadeveon Clowney able to drop him that time for his second sack of the evening. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. They'll set up to throw. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And that will be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. On the right side, open is Gesicki. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. They'll set up a throw. And all this is taken in one-handed. What a catch. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down. Back to throw. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the free safety, Eric Berry. Well, you just kind of feel for him right now. 4 interceptions, and you can almost see through his face mask. There's a lot going on in between the ears.
There certainly is, and probably way too much, because now he's probably doubting himself a little bit, wondering what adjustments he has to make. But here's what he needs to do. Get through this game. Go to the press conference, meet it head on, and show your teammates you're ready to shoulder what happened today, and you'll be ready for the next game.
And if he can do that as a rookie, that's a great sign of maturity. Now it's Wilson. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 33 yards that time. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And no doubt what they're looking to do is just salt away the final couple of minutes and escape with a win. Barkley unable to get away on the first down run as he'll be stopped for a loss of a couple. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Wilson wants to throw it. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. They get 17 on that one, move the chains, first down Seahawks. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, Wilson. Flush to his right. Going for it all. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Will Dissly, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the fumble recovery leads to 6 points for the Seahawks. And for them, this train, it just keeps rolling, doesn't it? Well on their way to yet another victory.
Yeah, it's almost a runaway, isn't it? And you just wonder how anyone could stop this. They got full momentum going, full confidence going. But it's not just their own confidence that is leading them. It's the lack of confidence against their opponents now because they see them coming and think, we've got no shot to beat this team.
McManus's point after is good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride.
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, Coach, what do you want to call? He just waved a hand like, who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time. But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now back to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is caught by Parker for a Miami touchdown. Devontae Parker with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he will get into the end zone to shave 2 more points off the deficit.
All right, partner, one more time. Our whole lives, you put the ball on the 3-yard line, kick the extra point. 2015, they put it on the 15 to kick the extra point. 2016, they said, we're leaving it there. So if you want to fake it, that's a long way to go. And they got it done.
I was going to say they had a 15-yard play in their back pocket.
You don't see that on too many play sheets, do you?
No. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Defensively, there's still 3 timeouts. Do you even need to use them at this point?
I think a lot of coaches do it anyway, and it seems like cosmetics to us.
Does it just send a message you're not quitting?
Send a message that you're not quitting. Let your team